What's up, guys? We're back for a quick video here on cooking up this parachute mount. I want to make it as easy as possible with the shit I had laying around here. It's not going to be anything special, fancy. It's just purpose built here. So I'll get you guys down here and show you how I'm going to do it here. So had a little bit of 1.5" left over. I'm going to use these 3 plates here as attachment points to the factory body. And then this piece I had laying around from a chassis I built a long time ago. I'm going to cut it, and then it's already coped. Save me a little bit of time there. And then obviously our flat end is going to go like this. And then our attachment point for the chute itself is going to be, so essentially, just kind of give you guys a quick rundown. So then it's going to sit like this. You guys can tell. And then this will be a pin in on the bottom. So it'll be right outside the bumper, and then at least this I can pull off if I'm just going to be driving it for a while without racing it. This little deal, I think it's a competition engineering deal off Amazon. I don't have a 1" I think this is 1" a 1" die. Actually, honestly, now that I think of it, I might have a 1" die. I could have probably just bent that up myself. Granted, I don't have 1" laying around. Yeah, I think this is a 1" die. Yep, it is. So anyways, I think it was like $40 on Amazon or something, and it came with the pin. This little saved me the headache of trying to find, you know, whatever this is, maybe 3/4, yeah, probably 3/4. So that's already here, got the pin. So yeah, that's kind of what we're using material wise. Here's a piece I bent up at work for the end. I'll be able to gusset it, punch a hole through it. Here's our 1/2" grade 8 lock nut. I do want to find a sleeve for that. So that'll go like that. That'll hold our anchor point for the chute itself. And then the way I have this laid out is just in 3 separate sections. Pretty self-explanatory. By the grace of the Lord, this thing has a flat back end on the bumper. The bumper has a couple bolts inside the trunk here. I would say, I think 6. And then obviously your wheel well has those 2 screws on each side. Pretty simple. Anyways, like I was saying here, it is flat. So made my life very easy. I marked the center of the car with a Sharpie, and then I'm gonna line this up here. We'll level it out to match the car, and then it does fit flat against the car, which is going to save me a lot of work. This is essentially just to stiffen up the whole rear end of the car. It's thousands of pounds of I guess you could call it torque, but I mean thousands of pounds of pulling force on this whole deal when you do pull a chute at, you know, 150 or whatever. So you wanna have some sort of a reinforcement bar in here, I guess. I mean, yeah. So typically they mount to here, either bolt on or weld on, like in this deal that we're doing. I'm just going to weld on our 3 plates. That'll give us enough surface area to hold this sucker to, and then obviously the bar is going to be what ties in the whole back of the car to be able to pull that kind of force on it. Some kits have bends on the end of the tube itself, and it kind of cleans it up a little bit, but I like it tight to the car. It makes more sense for me to do it this way. And then yeah, let's get this thing welded up, and we'll kind of show you guys how I'm going to mark the bumper out. I mean, there's tons of videos on doing it. I'm just going to use a scrap piece of tube. Once I get this piece welded onto the car, I'll use a scrap piece of tube, and then I'll hold a Sharpie around it and bolt the bumper back on, get it in place where I want it, and then Sharpie it, punch our hole, and I mean, it's very easy. We'll weld on the rest of this piece to anchor it, and that'll be it. Let's get to it. Here's our little stub, guys. I just want to do the voiceover just to pound through all that welding process behind the bumper. It's real tight in here. I got our plate marked out. This is what fits the chute, so I'm just going to use that. I got center marked here. Cut this really short because it's got to clear the back of that wing with the pilot spring, so that wing sticks out. So it's got to be real short and the angle's got to be kind of tight. So yeah, so center this, and then I'll tack it on, put one tack on it, and then I'll be able to spin it just to level it with this edge here, one of the edges, so then we know we're right on track. So we'll get this tacked up, and then we will put our little piece on there. And guys, obviously I'm well aware the bumper can't come off the way this mount is being built. I'm pretty much finalizing it in place with the bumper on. Later I will be cutting it and sleeving it and putting a pin in it for a hitch mount anyways. So right now I'm not worried about not being able to have the bumper off. There's no reason I want it off anyways. Worst case scenario, the bumper gets wrapped or something anyways, not worried about it. So we're just gonna finalize this as it is, and then maybe this winter I'll put a hitch on it because I'd like to be able to pull a trailer if I need to. So let's get through tacking these and welding this shit up. Voila, there it is, finished up. Turned out pretty sick. Obviously at some point I'd like to cut it and sleeve it and pin it or bolt it to get a trailer hitch attachment. I'm just gonna weld one up so that way I can pull a trailer on it if I want, or for drag and drive stuff. But yeah, I mean, there it is, it's complete. So we will move on to mounting the cable. And not exactly sure 100% where I want to put it. Probably on that hoop there, just so it's like easily accessible. Other than that, guys, I gotta put a bolt on that, or a nut on that bolt. These are little connectors for the steering wheel wiring, and then I'll probably make up a quick video for building an overflow for the transmission. Yeah, so we're getting really close, guys. Really freaking close. I'm still waiting on that damn drive shaft. I wanted to get to the track this Friday, but I really don't think it's going to happen because I don't think they're getting the material in for the drive shaft until the end of this week. So yeah, hopefully we will get the drive shaft in, and then in the meantime, me and my buddy Sam, last year I had fixed up the frame rails on this guy because the frame rails were completely gone all the way to the firewall. So your typical rust. So we ended up putting in new frame rails with square tube. It turned out pretty nice. And then over the weekend, Friday and Saturday, I was able to smoke this front clip on. So front clip, this is all done. All suspension's brand new. Engine's brand new, no miles. He just ordered a set of ES twins for it. I think they're 76 63s, so those should do great on this thing. So he was able to get the fuel system in it. We're going to start working on the wiring here pretty shortly. So yeah, guys, we're going to kind of be bouncing back and forth between these two. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll make some passes in this deal pretty soon. But yeah, don't forget to follow.